Hello, my name is Emily Owens, and I'm the State Director for Virginia Science Olympiad. This video will discuss the ways in which parents and mentors can positively contribute to their students' participation in Science Olympiad. Thank you first for being a part of Science Olympiad. We know that Science Olympiad doesn't happen for students without parents and mentors supporting them along the way, and that support is really crucial to the positive experience that we hope our student scientists have in preparing for tournaments and competing on tournament day. So thank you for taking a vested interest in helping your student explore what they love in STEM through all that Science Olympiad has to offer. You may already know that VASO provides a lot of many public-facing resources so that all interested parties, whether that's parents, mentors, competitors, alum, anyone just wanting to learn about Science Olympiad can find useful information through our website and through social media. However, season-specific and then tournament-specific information is relayed from VASO directly to coaches and school sponsors. So the coach of your student's team is your number one source of information for what's going on with their season and decisions that are made to help support your student in their preparations. Coaches are the VASO parent connection. And the head coach of your student's team has been approved by your school principal to oversee and make decisions related to a large number of things. First, setting and communicating team expectations. This may be done through a parent interest meeting at the beginning of a season, or it could be done through email, Schoology messages, or other learning management systems. However, they are choosing to connect and communicate with you, they are going to be sharing team expectations with you as parents and mentors, and also with student competitors. They may also be overseeing and making decisions related to a team tryout process. Not all schools have a tryout. Depends on the number of students that they have interested in pursuing Science Olympiad and whether or not that exceeds the capacity of their school teams. Head coaches decide and implement the team tryout process. There is no standardized tryout process available through VASO. Head coaches also oversee team selection, and this is true for any level of tournament, whether it's invitationals, VASO regional tournaments, the VASO state tournament, or the national tournament. Those decisions lie with the head coach, and VASO supports the head coach in those decisions that they make at every step of the way. Head coaches also oversee and make decisions related to student event assignments and what partners they're going to be working with. How they do this is going to be shared by the head coach with the students of the team in how they collect what events they're interested in and ultimately how they assign them. Please know that there are groups of events that happen at the same time during a tournament. So coaches are also paying attention to when events conflict with each other to make sure that students are not double booked in events. So that may impact the events that students are able to do, especially if they're interested in more than one that happens at the same time. But coaches do their best to make sure that there are no issues with their team schedules and that students are getting a wide variety of experiences in the events and partners that they're working with. Once they have their team set, head coaches are overseeing team preparation and practices, and that could look different depending on the individual school. How often they meet, when they meet, these are all decisions made by the head coach and or administration of the school. And then also, as we get nearer to tournament time, head coaches are going to be in charge of securing required event supervisors and volunteers. They could be you as parents and mentors, but I'll mention more about that later. So that's a lengthy list of things that head coaches are responsible for and control the decisions for. So parents can contribute positively to their students' team by supporting the head coach in all of these efforts along the way. Other things that parents and mentors can and should do. Branching off of that previous slide, you can ask your team's head coach how you can be helpful for the team. Things they might ask you could vary based on the needs of the team and what setup is in place already from the head coach into how they want to run their team. But some of those questions could include things like, can you mentor an event? Does the team need fundraising support? Can you help with travel plans or transportation to different tournaments? That could be transporting students or transporting devices. Do the teams need snack support for practices and tournaments? And what else are you able to generally offer that could support the coach? One thing I know that coaches will need is parents, mentors, and other community members to sign up to help at tournaments as event supervisors or shift volunteers. Every team that competes in a VASO tournament at any level is required to provide event supervisors and volunteers on the day of the tournament. If you're interested and available, please check out videos that we have on our resources page that cover what an event supervisor is and what other tournament volunteer roles are available. Parents and mentors should also be keeping up with communications from the head coach. They're that number one communication, right, between VASO and parents. And also they need to relay important information about their specific team plans. So please make sure you're keeping up with whatever medium they choose, whether that's email, other ways of messaging, etc. It's really helpful if you can make sure that your students are attending all event and team meetings. Science Olympiad is a team endeavor. And so it's really important that students are there to collaborate with each other when they're meeting to discuss an event or to practice or construct a device. A more logistical thing that parents and mentors can do, fill out required forms on time. There's a form that every parent will have to fill out for the season for VASO registration. You can find that on our website. And there may also be school-specific participation and field trip forms depending on the tournaments that your school's team may be attending. Now turning our attention more to some of the preparation of events, parents and mentors can help students find resources to learn about their events. You can read the rules with them, and then from there help them figure out what resources may meet the requirements of that event that they can explore. You can also help them understand the underlying principles for an event, especially if they're new to Science Olympiad or new to a topic area. They may benefit from some additional guidance and making sure they really understand the spirit of the event and what that content will entail. This really effectively means being a great sounding board for ideas as well as they read rules and share their thoughts. But we ask that you do this without controlling their ideas or leading them specifically to answers. We want this to be their own endeavor, and so you are a great resource to help guide them along the way. We want you to be teaching your students how to use tools safely. This may be something that coaches and event mentors can do, but if you are skilled in that area, you can teach your students how to do that too by cutting practice pieces of wood or other materials or whatever other tool they may be using. Depending on the structure of your student's team, they may ask that students who are participating in building events may need to provide their own materials. If that's the case, you can take your student shopping for those materials. You can also help your student pack up and transport their materials or constructed devices to tournaments, especially for larger constructions or, first time a student is traveling to a tournament, they may need some assistance in figuring out how to pack it so that it's not breaking in transit. And so above all, you can help them ask and investigate questions without giving them the answers. We're there for support as these students are figuring out these events on their own and with their partners. Through all of this, we ask that parents and mentors focus more on the learning and teamwork then, rather than tournament results. We feel like that sets a good precedent for how students should engage in science and wanting to focus on what they can truly explore and learn out of it and how they can learn to collaborate with other scientists. That student collaboration with teammates is what a lot of us really love about Science Olympiad. And so we want to encourage that from all directions, coaches, parents, mentors, and other team members. Above all, please be a great cheerleader and model good sportsmanship before, during, and after tournaments. Your students look up to you, and so setting that good example is a great way to contribute to their positive experience. Now to the things that we ask parents and mentors not to do. Please do not do the work for the students. Students, while engaging in events with your guidance, should ultimately be working to make their own cheat sheets and making their own design plans. They can ask questions of you, you can ask questions of them and give them things to think about, but this work is theirs to explore. This is especially relevant when it comes to our build events. Parents and mentors should not construct anything on competition devices. You can teach them how to use a tool on an extra piece of material, but you cannot construct anything on the actual materials of their device. If it's something that students cannot do safely by themselves, they must find another way to accomplish the same objective, or they must change their design. You cannot do it for them. One alternative way in which they might be able to achieve the same objective is if another student on the 15-person team can help them if they know how to perform the task safely. So that 15-person team can work together on a construction, but parents and mentors cannot construct anything on a competition device. Parents and mentors also cannot test, assemble, or calibrate competition devices at any time. The things listed here regarded to our construction policy can result in disqualification of our students. And we know that's not what any parent or mentor wants to happen to their students on tournament day. Parents and mentors should also never enter the competition area at tournaments. This means closed-door classrooms for our knowledge events and also roped-off areas for where our build events may be tested. Parents and mentors should not interfere with an event in any way, and that includes offering advice or coaching from the sidelines. Yes, even if you are the event mentor, you cannot offer advice or coaching while they are engaging with the event supervisor and testing their device. You also cannot touch or take pictures of another team's devices. All of these things can result in penalties incurred at the tournament that could affect your student and their team's performance. So again, please model good sportsmanship and choose to support them in positive ways rather than ways that could hurt their scores in the end. We also ask that parents and mentors not contact VASO directly with concerns of questions they may have or anything related to tournament results. These questions should go directly to the team's head coach. Remember, they are that connection between VASO and you as parents and mentors, so please respect that flow of information. Thank you so much for supporting your students' interest in Science Olympiad. Know that all of our policies are designed to give your student a Science Olympiad experience of their own making, to allow them to contribute to and collaborate with a team and to explore what they love in STEM. And your modeling of positive support and engagement is really crucial to making this a great experience for everyone. Please also consider sign up to engage in other more direct positive ways by supervising an event or volunteering in other capacities at a tournament this year. Thanks for watching. Please be sure to check out our social media and follow us on all of these platforms.